Poland? What kind of talent does the country create? What are the job opportunities? Sort of zone in, look at it both ways, because I think most US based companies have no clue, and they think it's taking a huge risk when in fact, especially if it's individual remote workers, it's not a big risk at all. It's not like you're building an office there or something, or
Yep.
manufacturing facility or something.
Makes sense to me to highlight those stories and get people more comfortable with it.
And, I was flipping through the investor deck. I didn't go through it in a lot of detail. I gave a few comments to Paul, but do we talk much about this, or do our potential investors even care? Or what's your sense of this as a...
Less and less. So in the raising for our B round, we missed out on some great investors because they were skeptical of an all remote company.
Mm-hmm.
Investors coming aboard now are kind of like, well, it seems to work, and I care more about the numbers. The numbers look good, whatever. It doesn't seem to be a problem. And they poke around every now and then whether should the leadership team get together more often, once a month or something. Like they ask something like that. A big poking around, like, should we really get a headquarter or not? And I think we've done a poor job of articulating the efficiency. I think we're basically getting twice as much done for the same amount of money, and we save about 40% by local wages around the globe, and about 10% for not having an office. And I think we could do a better job calculating that. So we kind of need an ROI study and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next couple of years, on one hand, that might decrease a bit because the local wages will go up further as people become remote. On the other hand, I think people will really want to join an all remote company instead of a hybrid company because the experience will be better for them. So I think that will be a sustainable advantage for longer.
Well, I have to say, when I've been talking to these potential board members, I mean, they're very intrigued by this idea of all remote. Like, they don't, they're maybe like these investors where they're like, I don't know if it's going to work, but man, it would really be interesting to see if this is possible. And they totally understand the downsides of hybrid. I mean, because we've all lived that. And it's horrible. And the people that are remote never feel part of it. But it might be more explicit. I mean, especially, over the next year or so to as you talk to potential investors and stuff, that we just get very explicit on what here's probably what you're thinking, right? As you're talking to a company like ours, like, here are the downsides. What are all the downsides of being a 100% remote company? And how are we working to mitigate those downsides? We're not going to say we're going to get all of them, but here's what we're doing to mitigate them. So you almost want to, tackle them right up front. Now, and then, of course, as you know, all they'll care about is the results. We don't care where people are living.
Yep.
Just show me the money. So when is this person coming on board? The marketing person?
I think if it's the person that I hope will be able to close, then that should be a matter of weeks.
Oh, good. Well, let me know if there's anything that I can do to help. But I do think,